Hey guys, how's it going? Liu here, and today I'm going to bring you a quick podcast on a Photoshop tutorial. For this project, you will need Adobe Photoshop, two images, basic Photoshop skills, a brief idea of what you want your finished product to look like, and around 20 minutes of time. For this demonstration, I will use this picture of an apple and this picture of a lion to put the lion's mouth on the apple. This is what the finished product will look like. Okay, let's get started. Now, with Photoshop open, I'll first have to start off by dragging and dropping images. Here, I have two images, one of an apple and one of a lion. I'll first need to start off by dragging and dropping the image of the apple into Photoshop. I'm starting with the apple because the apple is the base, and I will later put the lion's mouth on top of this. Now, I have one layer with the picture of the apple on this. I will need to duplicate this layer, so I will right-click on it and click Duplicate. I will save this as background copy, and here. Now I have two layers, each with the apple on them. Now, I will need to drag and drop the picture of the lion into Photoshop. I will need to now start adjusting the image of the lion, so its mouth is about where I want it to be on the apple. First, I will have to turn down the opacity of the layer with the lion on it, and now I will move the image of the lion till its mouth is about where I want it to be on the apple. I can always change this, but I think it looks good about right here. So I will go and click place, and there we go, it's on. Now, to turn off the layers containing the apple, because I will now start with cutting out the mouth of the lion. I've just turned up the opacity of the image to 100%, and I'm zoomed in on the lion's mouth. Now I will use the polygonal lasso tool, which can be found in the menu with the lasso tool in second down, to select the lion's mouth. When you are selecting around the edge of the lion's mouth, make sure not to select too closely. Remember, you can always go back and touch up your work later on. Okay, now, since we are done selecting the lion's mouth, I will go to Edit and hit Copy. This will copy the lion's mouth. Then I will go to Edit and select Paste. This will paste the lion's mouth in another layer. Now, I will delete the layer with just the lion's picture in it, so I'll click on it and hit Delete. Next, I'm going to turn on the layers containing the images of the apple and zoom out. This is what your image looks like so far. It doesn't look amazing, but it's a start. I'm only about halfway done, so I will tidy it up later on. Now, I need to select my target layer as the background copy. Select my tool as the lasso tool. Remember, not the polygonal lasso tool, just the lasso tool. And I'm going to select the apple, part of the apple just above the lion's mouth, and going about to the middle. So here's what I have right now, and I'm going to bend this out so it meets up with the edge of the lion's mouth. I'm going to Edit, Transform, Warp, and I'm going to adjust it so the lion's mouth meets up with the edge of the apple. There we go, Apply, and there we go. This is what it looks like. All I'll need to do is repeat the same step with the bottom.
Barbra Streisand.
After finishing the bottom part, I've noticed a small mistake on the mouth and the apple. I will fix this by going to the eraser tool, selecting a soft brush and a small size. Now I will erase the mistake, making sure that my target layer is always the layer that I want to have changed. Now there we go, that looks a bit better. Now I will select the layer of the mouth, and I will erase around the outside of it. I will make sure that you use a soft-edged brush, because I want to feather the edges. If you don't use a soft-edged brush, then this is a completely useless step. I'm very close to being finished, but as you can see, there's a very obvious flaw. I still have the red of the apple behind the mouth. To fix this, I will select my target layer is background, select my tool is the eraser, and then I will turn off the background copy layer so I can see what I have done. Now I will just simply erase behind the mouth and get rid of this, and then I will do the same thing with the background copy layer. To erase the red apple from the background copy layer, I will first start off by turning this layer on and then selecting it as my target layer. I don't have to worry about turning the background layer off this time. Now I will erase the inside of the mouth where the apple is, and here we go. That looks good. We are just about finished, so it's time for some final touch-ups on the image. One thing that you can do to make this image look much better is to use the lasso tool to select either the top or the bottom of the apple where it connects to the mouth, then go to Edit, Transform, Warp. Now, you will pull the edges of the apple so it looks more like the mouth is coming out of the apple than just sitting there. After doing this, I've noticed a small mistake on the apple where I bent out a piece of the apple on the mouth. It doesn't look too good, so I will need to fix this. So what I will do is I will zoom out and select the blur tool, and then I will use that to blur out this mistake right here. Just gonna keep blurring until it looks like it's good, and about right there, that looks decent. So now I will just blur around the edges of the mouth, selecting my target layer as background copy, and here we go. I think I'll just do this a bit more and then it will be finished. Bum ba da ba, here we go. Now I am all done this project. I've saved it as a JPEG file, and here it is. See you next time. Thanks for watching.